what do the Bears need to get accomplished here? Obviously, the big trade down. They went from first overall to ninth overall, added additional draft capital, added a DJ Moore. So effectively, he's receiver one in Chicago. He's kind of the long-term answer that they've been looking for at the receiver position. What areas of this roster do you think the Bears need to prioritize, Drew?
O-line. Simple as that, man. They need to shore up protection for the franchise in Justin Fields, man. Man was out there running for his life.
Simple as that. What about you, Heather? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, if it's not the O line, it's the D line. I think it's trenches. I think the Bears need to improve there. They need some playmakers on the defensive side of the ball, especially the front four.
All right. Let's get started with those Bears. Again, traded down out of the one hole down to 9. Some people may think it's too big of a draw. I think it puts them in that unique position to either get a really excellent prospect on the defensive side of the ball or even the top offensive lineman. And again, I would agree with both of you that the offensive line is the primary need for this team. And I think the board actually meets a need at 9th overall. So let's see what's available to us as we get this draft underway. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of Tyree Wilson 2nd overall now. All right. Got some trade offers that we're not going to consider. We're not going to consider them here. We've already made our trade, right? 2 quarterbacks on the board. So, I mean, obviously, if there's a team that you think, is in the market for one of these 2 guys, it might actually be a spot to trade down. But we're not necessarily anticipating either of these quarterbacks to be available. Maybe one slides out of the top 10. We got everybody along the offensive line available to us other than Paris Johnson. So Paris Johnson went in the first 8 selections. Which direction do you go in based on who's on the board, Hadley?
Yeah, Paris Johnson's not there. I know Peter Skoronski is another big name along the offensive line. So, see, the thing about Skoronski, watching the tape, he played tackle, but I kind of like him at guard. I like how he'll fit inside at guard. I'm sure he could play tackle, but I think he could probably be a Pro Bowl guard at the next level. So I guess it's up to the Bears room. Like, do we think Skoronski could play the tackle position for us, or do we pivot from Skoronski?
What are your thoughts on that, Drew?
Yeah, I would agree. I would tend to agree. I mean, looking on the roster right now, obviously they brought in Nate Davis from Tennessee. You have Tevin Jenkins, who they're gonna try out there at right tackle. They also have Alex Leatherwood, the failure that was or is. Maybe he can re-spark something there from Vegas. It's a tough one, man. What are we looking at D-line? Let me just take a peek at that real quick. What's
your pick of the
Paris
lot?
Johnson on the board, I think that would be the pair for the Bears. I think that's who we want to fall to 9. Now that he's off the board, defensive line, offensive line. You said that we already did our trade down. This would be a nice spot to trade down too.
But I do think with the 2 quarterbacks sliding here, I think it is right for a trade down. We're necessarily anticipating it. I don't think it's a bad idea to slide down a couple spots here, considering what's on the board.
And you get an extra third. There's a lot of needs on the Chicago Bears team, so the more draft picks, the better for these guys.
All right, we trade down. Anthony Richardson and Joey Porter are the 2 picks. Again, we're faced with Skoronski here, whom, again, I think we think probably is a better fit at guard, but certainly has played tackle. There are teams that believe he is a tackle. There are teams that believe he's a top tackle in the class. As a tackle, how do you feel about him, Headley?
I think he's physical in the run game. He could get out there. He's not as smooth as Paris Johnson getting out there, but once he gets out there, he got a good base. He got a good anchor. He could protect Justin Fields. And I guess similar to Tevin Jenkins, where was he a tackle, was he a guard? He's just a good offensive lineman. The technique is there for Skoronski. So at 11 here, I wouldn't be mad at the pick there.
All right, Drew, you comfortable with it now? Now that we've added some additional draft capital, again, not our preferred tackle in this class, but do you feel comfortable with Skoronski out there on the edge? That's really what it comes down to.
I'm comfortable. Check the tackles real quick. I just want to see what's there for us.
The kid said, "Not me." Broderick Jones is there.
What's happening, Derek?
Yeah, I'm taking Broderick, bro.
I'm taking Broderick on that. I'm not
Roger,
gonna fight you on that.
Yeah, I know you're not gonna fight me on that. It's too easy, man. Let's get it, man,
Yeah.
because they're potentially saying he's tackle one. That's what the draftniks are saying now. People like the athleticism. You like his size. You like his ability to move. Got some work to do in terms of his hands, but we can work that out. We're not questioning his potential in terms of being a tackle. Like we are, or not we, but like people are with Skoronski. So I think Broderick may be more of a sure thing at the tackle position.
Okay, let's go that direction. So we add some additional draft capital based on how the board fell. Tennessee wanted to get aggressive, grab Anthony Richardson. We had our pick of the lot outside of Paris Johnson, and for us, it's going to be Broderick Jones over Skoronski. We feel a little bit more comfortable with him at tackle as compared to Skoronski. So Broderick Jones, is the pick. All right, Will Levis went to the Texans with the 12th overall selection. And we have a bit of a wait here, but I am going to pause it, though. I am going to pause it as we wrap up the first round here. Is there anybody looking at the board? You got a Nolan Smith out there. Clearly need to add some teeth to our pass rush. We have quite a bit of draft capital, although we have a lot of needs. Is there anybody you think is worth getting aggressive for here?
Yeah, it's a guy at the top of the board. It's Nolan Smith. You add him with a Broderick Jones. Now we talked about both sides of the trenches. Yeah, the guy would be Nolan Smith if I'm trading up.
Okay. Now there will be an argument. An argument can be made that there's a bigger need in the interior of that defensive line. Of course, we don't want to go crazy with need over the quality of the player. So that's something to consider. As D Kid is mentioning, Mozzie comes to mind because I think just looking at that roster, especially with the DeMarcus Walker addition, I think the need at the interior of the D line is actually bigger. But I don't want to pass up on the better player if we get aggressive here. To me, it's about finding a player that we covet. And again, Nolan Smith is sliding here. So, Drew, do you agree on getting aggressive here?
Man, it's hard to want to pass up on Nolan Smith, but I think Mozzie may be the. Let's check D tackles real good. D line, as they call it. Let me just see.
I know we're saying Mozzie, but at a tone way, that pass rush from the interior, I kind of like him over Mozzie. So that'll be a guy also I would target for this Bears defense. If you want to talk about
we actually think he might be going sooner rather than later. That's what the tea leaves are suggesting, that Adebaware is definitely in the conversation for the first round, as is Mozzie Smith. So beyond those two guys, and of course they list Adebaware as an edge on NFL mock draft database, but we view him as a 3 technique. You have Keanu Benton, Tuli. Tuli could do a number of different things. Siaka Ika, if you want a 0 technique, 1 technique type. And then when we start going down into the Carl Brooks, Zach Pickens, Kobe Turner, once you get past Gervin Dexter. So there's some options there. But, Hadley, your thought process is wait on Adebaware, trade up for Nolan Smith. And, Drew, are you suggesting trade up for Mozzie Smith?
No. We don't have to trade up for Mozzie, man. We can let it run a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't think we need to trade up.
We got 3 players. Yeah, we got 3 players like we really like.
Got Nolan, Mozzie,
Nolan
and,
might not be there, but
at a Tumway.
So we're moving off a trade up. Even as like I said, I stopped it because I saw Nolan Smith sliding. So are we moving off? Are we comfortable moving off of him?
What would it take to get there?
Yeah,
that's that. Yeah,
let's explore that.
What would it take?
So, Houston, I think, would definitely be in the mix. Arizona probably would be in the mix as well. Let's see what it's going to cost us to trade up with Pittsburgh here. Derek is a dog. Yeah, that's where the conversation lies. I agree. I don't think Mozzie's going to last too long. I don't. So it's going to cost us this one, obviously, and not terrible.
Oh, we got 3 second round. I mean, 2 more. Yeah, 3 second round picks, 2 3s. Yeah, if that's it, I'm doing it. If that's what it is.
You know me. I have to see what else might be, part of
greedy, bro.
The deal. I'm with this.
Oh yeah.
All right. So as we're trading up, we're trading for Nolan Smith. We're all on board with that.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's do it. All right. Oh, well, of course there's going to be offers for the pick that we just acquired, but we're going to reject them all. Yeah, we got a sweet deal there, Jake. Let's go Nolan Smith here. All right, pair of Georgia Bulldogs. Mozzie went with the very next pick.
Yeah, we had to trade
DK
up
was
for
right.
him. Yeah, we
DK
had to
was
trade
right,
up for
man.
him.
Adebaware goes off. Keanu Benton goes off. Ika goes off. Whew. Miss out
Oh
on
yeah,
quite a
61.
few of those interior D linemen, but love the value that Nolan Smith and what he brings to the table off the edge. Which direction do we go in here?
We could get even more offensive line if we want to get really deep into the trenches. We really want to help our young quarterback Justin Fields out. Bergeron, Freeland, Duncan. I like Zach Pickens, 108. Probably not at this pick, but just a
Sure.
name to watch.
Go back to interior. Let me just see what's there. Interior line. I was thinking, do we want to grab a center here, or we want to grab us a Tipman?
Yeah, DK. I just think that. Yeah. If I'm thinking offensive tackle, we're definitely talking about Jalen Duncan, Bergeron, even perhaps Blake Freeland. I think they're good at guard, or at least the Bears think they're good at guard, right? And even if one of those guys, i.e., Nate Davis, doesn't work out, for example, Tevin Jenkins demonstrated that he was capable at guard, right? Again, they're going to try to play him at right tackle. That's the thought process. I think Braxton Jones, while he played better than I had anticipated, I think you definitely got to address left tackle, and we did that at the top. So, in my opinion, yes, we can address the offensive line here, but I don't think it's an absolute must. Once you have Broderick Jones in the fold, you have your left tackle in the fold. I don't think it's an absolute must.
Yeah, we go inside like a Joe Tippmann.
Yeah, that's
center.
not when we talk about inside. We're no longer talking about guard. We're talking about center, which I agree. Center is probably the area, if I'm going offensive line, that I'm going to address at this juncture.
What do we give it up in terms of
Of
D
course,
line
of
interior
course.
if we decide to go Tipman here?
Well, I mean,
Okay.
I'm not sure. You know what's crazy about that is I don't know that maybe Siaka Ika may have been available. If we don't trade up, we miss out on a lot of those interior D line guys as well. So I'm not broken up about that. We ultimately decided on Nolan Smith. It depends. I gather, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong. I gather that you guys prefer Thule on the edge.
I like Thule inside, bro.
Okay.
He's one of those guys that's versatile to play the
Yep.
edge on run down, slide inside on pass down.
Pass downs. Yeah.
Yeah, he's Mr. Lego.
I like the idea of cornerback here, Derek. That's another position that I would consider because I think you have your boundary guys and guys who can play in the slot, but I think they need a third corner. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, D-Kid, I do believe Derek Hall's here. He's here. So if you want to go edge, want to go back to the edge. I like Tippmann or Thule. I'll let you guys ultimately decide, but those are the two prospects that I like here.
We got pick 61 and 64. They could be the next two picks.
Yeah, let's who's more likely to go here, Tipman or Thule is the
Thule.
question.
I think it's Thule.
Yeah.
All right, then grab Thule and come back and get Tipman.
All right. Reject a couple offers. Come back and Tipman. All right.
Look at them
Roger
trenches.
Jones,
Ooh.
Nolan Smith, Thule Tuipulotu, and Joe Tippmann through our first four selections. Of course, we trade up. Actually, traded down in the first round, traded back into the first round. Gave up a little draft capital, but I think ultimately the net value of it is really good. All right. And here we are in the third round, at the very end of the third round. Let's take a look at all. Think.
Wow. I'll send you Brown out there. Got to,
I
man.
mean, of course you have.
Sidney Brown's
You
out
got
there.
you got your two starters at safety, but Sidney Brown's a good player. Wouldn't hurt. Claypool and Mooney are in the last years of their respective deals. I only expect one of those guys to get extended, if either.
Or receiver, you thinking receiver here?
I mean,
More weapons?
to me, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it at this junction. Running back is another position that I would consider. Got McBride, Bigsby, Roquan, Chase Brown, Sean Tucker. Quite a few backs here. Between 103, 120, 133, I think we grab a back. 136, we grab a back. At corner, some good names. Got D Kid's
Paris
guy
Jones.
coming up, moving up. Corey
Oh, look
Trice.
at them. Moving up the rankings.
They heard D-Kit. That's what it was. They heard him.
Right,
So we got to
right.
make that move him up.
Jake suggesting Kobe Turner.
More interior, yeah. I think
So
a
we could play the
3
three technique. I believe he could do that. I don't think
can.
he's as got the quite the burst Turner got, but he's silky smooth, so he can get it done. Sidney Brown, safety on this.
If you want that third corner, Darius Rush, that'll be my guy next up on the board. Just sticky in coverage.
I
He
like
could do it
Darius
all,
Rush
man.
over Garrett Williams.
No, I'm taking Garrett. Taking Garrett.
Yeah,
Garrett.
Garrett graded out high for me, but man, it's something about Rush, man. It's something
That
about
you
him.
like. Plus, you've seen him. You've seen him live, so it's a little recency bias, a little different.
Bias, yeah. Right.
I ain't mad at it, but I would take Garrett Williams.
So we'll cycle through the positions. We can narrow down who we're targeting. Any particular names stand out to you?
Rush and Brown. And if you're talking about on the offensive side of the ball, if you want another receiver, Marvin Mims is out there, Rashid Rice is out there.
What do you want, my G? What do you want? That's what I need to know. I need to know what you guys want. Which direction you guys want to go in here?
103. What you saying, Drew?
What was the plan you was mapping out, Juice? You was mapping out.
I just want to get. I want to get a running back within the next 4 selections.
Okay. All right. For me, it's either Sidney Brown or it's Garrett Williams. I'm not mad at Darius Rush if that's the way we go. I just think Garrett Williams is the better player, complete player, versus Darius Rush. Different in their play styles, but I prefer me a Garrett Williams.
So what's the plan with Sidney Brown? What's the plan?
He just gives you versatility. He can play in the slot if you need him to play a little slot. He can match up with tight ends. I know
is he our full-time nickel? That's what I want. That's what I need to know. If he's our full-time nickel, I have no issue with Sidney Brown.
The trigger.
Yeah, we see him at the Senior Bowl in that role against tight ends and receivers,
right.
And he was always in phase. He could cover. He could come down and hit. If you need an extra linebacker, you could do that too. So,
okay,
I like the versatility in Sidney Brown.
All right, let's go with Sidney Brown then.
Sidney.
All right. Will Mallory. What's going on?
Told you, bro.
All right, we're up at 120 here, man.
The hate is real, bro. The hate is real.
Ooh, Michael Wilson, Jonathan Mingo, Jay
Mingo,
Reed, Parker Washington.
Yeah.
Did A.T. Perry got plucked? He got pulled out? They got him?
Yes, he did. He did.
Oh,
why do you sound so surprised?
Because I was aiming for him to see if we can grab him.
Carl Brooks, Zach Pickens, Kobe Turner still out here. I think within one of the next 3 picks, we need to get a Pickens or a Turner.
Yeah, I'm with that.
We can still go corner. We can still add a corner. A lot of depth. We could actually address that a little bit later. I like Tank Bigsby too. I like Tank Bigsby too. That's I didn't say anything yet, D-Kit, but I like where your head's at. Want to go get that running back now? Khalil Herbert in last year, his deal. If I'm not mistaken, Deontay Foreman on a 1-year deal. Is there a player that you feel we should prioritize over running back?
I like those receivers on the board. I think with the next couple of picks, those top 4 guys, Michael Wilson, Mingo, Jaden Reed, Parker Washington, I think one of those guys got to be in our team because, they did trade for DJ Moore. They got Mooney, Claypool. I think the receiver core could use an upgrade.
Okay, so the question then becomes, since Wilson and Mingo have slid a bit here, does the question then become, or rather, the question becomes, do we feel like one of these three guys are going to be that 133, or do you want to go that direction now?
Yeah, Mingo or Wilson. I think one of those guys. They offer the size, the route running. I think they could get open quickly for Justin Fields. So yeah, I think one of those receivers, and maybe come back to the running back position.
Okay. All right.
I know Drew gonna say Michael Wilson. That's his
What
guy.
says?
No, I'm trying to.
What
I'm
say
trying to be
you?
different. I was trying to be different. Man. I was trying to be different, but I'm not gonna be different. I'm gonna stick with Michael Wilson.
What type of blocking scheme are we looking at in Chicago?
What is it? Zone? Got Cody Whitehair, Jenkins. Yeah, like they move around.
Yeah, more athleticism in that group.
I think a guy like Mingo would be great here because I think what differentiates Mingo from Wilson is the ability to win deep. Stacking receivers, being physical at a catch point. I know Wilson is the route runner. He's nice out there, but I think the Bears could use somebody that could get downfield.
I'm still going with Michael Wilson. I just love the smooth and nice, silky smooth for Michael Wilson.
Yeah, I think Michael Wilson he mixes it up as a blocker in that 11 personnel as well. So I wouldn't. I know Mingo has a larger frame, but there's no lack of want to or ability there with Michael Wilson. The main issue is the injury. Mingo doesn't have the injury history.
Break the tie, man.
Do I need to
I
break
like
the tie?
Mingo. Yeah, I like Mingo.
I need to break the tie
for this team.
Yeah, I like that one too, Derek. That's part of the reason why
Izzy.
I'm comfortable moving off of Tank Bigsby. That's part of the reason why Izzy is perfect for the zone scheme.
Hold on. Before you make the decision, hold on.
Sure.
Let me see if I can fight for my guy Wilson real quick because he's not going to have to come in and be a starter immediately. He doesn't have to play a bunch of snaps, so you keep him from injury, right?
So we hiding him?
No, we're not hiding him, but he ain't got to play 60 snaps a game. You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't have to be a thing, right? So because they have receivers, you just want to add another one that gives you, something a little different or a combination of what you already have.
I'll tell you what. I don't think Claypool's going to be back, and I think if Claypool is no longer on the team, or well, maybe they do re-up with Claypool because since they traded the second round pick. I don't know. I personally, based on what I saw last year, there'd have to be a bit of a 180 in terms of his performance. He certainly didn't do anything prior to or after the trade. I think from a body type perspective, I would lean Mingo, but you both graded Michael Wilson higher. So if we stay true to your board, Michael Wilson is the guy.
Yeah, I do have Wilson higher. I was thinking in terms of the Bears and what they need on this offense. DJ Moore and Mooney, they can do all the little quick things, and I just want a guy that's a bigger body, more of a deep field threat for Justin Fields. So that's why I went with Mingo. Mingo is a guy I really like as well too.
So it's the size plus the fact that he offers a bit more vertically for you.
Yeah.
All right.
And he's gonna get at it in the run game too.
Yeah, I think Mooney could stretch the field too, though, man. Like,
but his argument would be he's a smaller guy versus what Mingo would be. That's it. I don't know.
So Mingo's like what 7 pounds heavier than Wilson. Like,
his play style too, though.
He played more physical. He played. Yeah.
Mooney ain't doing that.
All right. Let's go with Jonathan Mingo. All right. Let's see.
Running back, D tackle. 3 tech in the running back.
Kobe Turner got picked. Hurt.
Zach Pickens still out there.
Yeah, it is a Zach Pickens type of deal here.
Yeah, still got running backs on the board. Mm-hmm.
Khalil Blue Kelly, Corey Trice.
Question is, who will be gone by pick one by the end of pick 136?
In terms of what?
In terms of what we want, because you're talking Zach Pickens, we're talking, I guess we got a couple of running backs.
No. Zach Pickens is a pick. I was just checking around. Like we've we've missed out on a lot of interior guys. Although Thule can play in the interior, we've missed out on a lot of those guys. So Zach Pickens, I think, is the best of the last. So let's go Zach Pickens here, and then this would be the spot. A lot of draft capital here in the 4th round for us for the running back. I think it's a question of who you think fits best alongside Justin Fields.
You know, Izzy is our guy, man. You know, that's the breakaway nature of him and just explosiveness. We saw what he ran at the pro day and 20 touchdowns, led all college football. I think he fits his zone scheme perfectly, and he's the guy for me. I know that's your guy too, Drew. So you're not gonna fight me on that.
You gotta twist my arm. I'm waiting for Drew to make a case for Tank Bigsby, but he ain't. Or his guy Eric Gray.
I like Izzy as the fit for the team. Let me ask you a question. Do you think Keaton Mitchell? Would you wait for a Keaton Mitchell here?
No.
Okay.
No,
All right.
because I think Izzy is your featured back in 2024.
Okay.
I think he's your featured back. Yep.
All right.
All right. Abanikanda, Roger Jones, Nolan Smith, Tuli Pelotu, Joe Tippmann, Sidney Brown, Jonathan Mingo, Zach Pickens, Israel Abanikanda through 136 picks. We're at 148. Again, I said we're going to be busy in day 3 here. Let's see who's on the board. Tank Bigsby still out there, man. Just languishing.
Another running back.
Let me see the tight end position. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, our incumbent is in the last year of his deal. Zach Kuntz, obviously very athletic. At least one of your top 5 pre-draft process risers, right? In terms of coming off that really strong combine. Let's see who else is out here. I think they're showing your boy some respect, Drew. Your boy Allen.
Oh, Davis?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Davis. Hey, Davis.
They've been watching the pod, bro. That's what it is. They know.
Nah, it's because we've been doing these mock drafts.
Right? Keep selecting them. They're like, this guy must be something, so we got to, you know what I'm saying? I creep him up the board.
We don't raise his price, huh?
What's corner position look like?
Corey Trice,
Riley Moss.
Trice there. We got Riley Moss.
You go down a little further.
Do we think Riley Moss is an inside guy, though? Or you think he's a boundary guy?
I think he played the boundary. You know, what he showed with the footwork and the top end speed. I know he's a little, you know, slight, but I think his hold up out there. Yeah.
Good feet.
He can actually do a lot. He could go inside. He could play safety. I think he's
versatile. Think he's nice like that?
Yeah.
You want to select him here, bro? 148? Or are we giving up on Trice?
Well, Trice is one of those, you know, boundary corners. If you say we're good at the boundaries and we need somebody to slide inside, then I think Riley Moss would probably be a better fit.
You know, we've already basically said Sidney Brown is our nickel.
Right.
Right.
Oh, that's true too. Yep.
I think your boy Kyler Gordon can play inside. Jalen Johnson, I want Jalen Johnson traveling with the best receiver, regardless.
That's the guy.
Right.
So I might be with D Kid here, man. Maybe go Corey Trice. Maybe we'll go Corey Trice here, man. Get some size out there.
Yeah, he like to put hands on receivers, 6'3", 200, ran that 4.4, and he's the hit pockets, man. He could break on the football, get those pass breakups. So he's enticing, definitely enticing prospect.
All right, let's pull the trigger, man.
Let's do it.
Listen. We got a dog. We got a dog at the 11th pick. We got another dog at the 32nd pick. So why don't we continue to keep getting dogs, man?
Let's get these dogs, man.
You
know, monsters of the midway.
All right,
there you go.
Got a little bit of weight here, but we got 3 selections remaining. All right, let's see what we got out here. Ooh.
Oh, there goes nice center right there.
Very nice center.
Yeah,
we went Tippmann earlier. I'm not sure why Olu is not getting more buzz. As a matter of fact, I thought I saw Jim Nagy on Twitter talking about that today. Why
he got good tape. He got really good tape. He was the award winner, best offensive lineman.
The Remington award winner.
So yeah, you got to show some respect on his name.
So let me ask you though, you wouldn't go for a more versatile guy, because I think Olu for me is a center through and through. But Emil Ekiyor,
sure. More position flexibility there.
Yeah. That's what I'm aiming for,
No,
right?
I can get on board with that. I hate to see a player that I think is
Who
this good
just
just keep on
sliding,
falling. You know what I'm
right?
saying? Yeah, I agree with you, D Kid. I don't see it. I don't see him lasting to the 6th round by any stretch of the imagination. Nor do I see Emil Ekiyor getting to the 6th round. But I
Right,
would agree with you here, Drew, that I want to go with the more versatile player at
right.
this juncture. So
If you need
let's
to,
go.
they might have to play musical chairs with an injury or two, and they got a couple of guys who they can do that with already. Why not add one more so that way you got some flexibility, versatility, and whatnot.
I guess
So
my question to you guys is Tippmann. Can I do anything other than play center with Tippmann?
no, I would think he's a center for me through and through.
There it is then. All right. Emil Ekiyor.
There we go. Yeah, I seen a name I really like, man, and I might have to get on the table if he lasts this long to the next pick. Go to linebacker. I wonder if he's still on the board.
Who is
No, he
it?
probably got. He got
Ventrell?
picked.
Not
No,
Ventrell.
there you go. There you go. He's at the top right there.
Mapu?
Marte
Marte?
Mapu. Yeah,
Okay.
man. We saw what he did at Senior Bowl. He's a former like DB turned linebacker. Could fly, could cover, brings hats, and at worst case, I think he'll be an excellent special teams player at the next level.
All right. So Tremaine Edmunds gets the big money. They also brought in his name is escaping me from
TJ
Philadelphia.
Edwards.
TJ Edwards. So they have their starters in place, but you need depth. And as you mentioned, Mapu's an interesting athlete, right? He's like a safety hybrid. But he has a body. He has a body in the frame to be a linebacker. He looks comfortable in coverage as well. So definitely a core special teamer at this point. I just want to take a quick look at some of our other
Jay
positions.
Ward.
Jay Ward.
Another guy I like is Jay Ward. Yep.
Utrell Clark's a good player. Boy, Isaiah Land out there if you want to add some pass rush. John Gainsborough,
I like Nick
McClendon.
Hampton better.
Of course you do.
That's your guy.
David Thomas.
DTR.
Oh,
If
listen,
DTR fall
I
asleep.
was looking at quarterbacks. I was looking at Jake Hayner, but I didn't realize DTR still out there. So
he play a similar skill set to like a Justin Fields, athletic.
Yep.
Got a strong arm. If Fields ever does get hurt, I think the back.
They got PJ Walker on the squad right now. Him and Nathan Peterman. We know nobody wants
Peterman.
to see.
Yeah. Peterman.
Nobody wants to see Nathan Peterman, bro. Nobody wants to see
not the Peterman.
No.
You don't want to see the Peterman.
That's Gruden's guy. Wasn't that Gruden's
It is
guy?
Gruden's guy. That is Gruden's guy. So DTR over Mapu.
What's the next pick? What's the
258?
40 picks, bro. That's 40 slots, bro. I was thinking about getting Brenton Cox. We can't even get that guy, so he gonna be gone.
Nah, Brenton Cox already gone.
No, he was up there. Is he gone? He was there.
He's gone.
Oh, he's gone.
Unless he has an edge. Has him as an edge.
He's gonna be gone. He's going to be gone.
Yeah, that's interesting, man. If I didn't see DTR's name, he's one of those guys to riser. I'm gonna have him on one of my top 5 those shorts that I do for YouTube. So he's gonna be on another one of those. So as I'm not gonna give it away yet, but yeah, DTR he's a special player.
It's DTR, bro.
All right. It definitely sounds that way.
Yeah.
Quarterback, bro.
Yeah.
Give those backs a run for their money, man. Get them boys to compete.
All right, Mapu just went to the Green Bay Packers. Jake.
What about Brenton? Brenton gone? Brenton out of there.
Yeah, but your boy Nick Hampton's still there, though.
Okay. There you go.
What's the interior look like real quick? I just want to see what's the interior there. Jalen Redmond. I like the interior too. But they got State out there. Robert Cooper. That ain't it.
Big D tackle, big space eater.
Hey.
D Winters out here, man.
What? That's disrespect.
Nah, you already got no. Oh no, yeah. You might need to do that.
Yeah, go get D Winters.
Yeah, at this point in the draft, yeah, I'm with it. All right, Headley, talk to me. What you think about the draft?
Man, we might have the Bears back in the playoffs after this
draft.
Oh man, we went heavy with the trenches. Got Broderick Jones, big left tackle out there. Went on the other side of the trenches with Nolan Smith, his teammate, could get after the quarterback. And then we got Thule, the Swiss knife. This guy is Mr. Legos. You can play him all over the football field. And then Joe Tippmann, round out the first 4 picks in the interior. Tippmann's our center moving forward. After Tippmann, we went and got Sidney Brown. I know we had a lot of debate about Sidney Brown and Mingo. We had a debate about both of those guys, but Sidney Brown's a guy that he could come in, play your nickel. He could play your safety. I even think he could play sparingly at linebacker on those passing downs also.
Yeah,
And
your
then Mingo,
nickel backer. Yeah.
yeah, he gets all over the football field. Man, I call him Baby Palomalu, man. So, I think really highly of Sidney Brown. And then we got Mingo. We was debating either Jonathan Mingo or Michael Wilson. Michael Wilson's more of a, he's a route runner for his size. He's really nice, but we chose the physicality with Mingo, could beat defenders deep, stretch the field for the Bears also. And then when Zach Pickens, saw him at the Senior Bowl, man, feisty inside, quick twitch inside. I like him as a, D tackle for the Chicago Bears. So more trenches. Next part, we went and got Izzy. CPGM Juice's guy, fit this zone scheme, one cut system. He's gonna hit his head on the end zone, man, on the goalpost a lot, man, in this offense. So then we got Corey Trice, another big physical guy. So I think that's the theme of this draft class, man. We've got a lot of physical guys, whether it's in the trenches or Corey Trice, man. Once he gets his hands on you, it's pretty much a wrap at the line of scrimmage. And then after that, more trenches, man. we should just label this as the trench draft because Emil is a versatile guy. He could play the center. He could play the guard. And then we went a little sexy right here, but, just in case Justin Fields gets injured, a DTR plays the same kind of game, has a strong arm. And the thing about DTR I like the most is he battles. He's a fighter, man. I think he can have like a Tyrod Taylor type career because he just always going to end up on the roster. And then at the end, we went and got D. Winters. Shouldn't have fell this late, but he plays with plus instincts from the second level, could tackle, and has 4.5 speed.
As Jake mentions here, this draft does very much speak to our philosophy at CPGM, inside out, right? Offensive line, most important position group. Games are won in the trenches on either side of the ball, right? You want to control the line of scrimmage. So yes, definitely, and that's the area that the Bears need to address the most. At the end of the day, it all comes together there. Derek made mention, he thinks maybe, or he's asking the question whether or not DTR will create a bit of a controversy at the quarterback position. Not in my world. Not in my world. I don't know about Headley and Drew, but not in my world. All right, we got DTR in the 6th, 7th round there. At the turn of the 7th round, and Justin Fields is my guy, man. I think Justin Fields is going to really quiet the naysayers. They get the offensive line right in Chicago. He will silence the naysayers. That's how I feel about him. I'm confident in his ability. He's damn near QB1 for me in that class. So, yeah, that's gonna do it for the Bears.